Hi folks, so today's video is going to be on coal mining history in Scotland. So it was dark and dangerous work, but it was the lifeblood of hundreds of communities across Scotland for generations. Coal was the fuel of the Industrial Revolution, and in a world without central heating, it kept people warm. Hundreds of thousands of miners were employed to dig it out the ground for years. Pit workers in the second half of the 20th century were comparatively well paid, but their freedoms were hard won. Their predecessors in the early 19th century often worked in almost slave-like conditions. The Mines Act of 1842 put an end to women and children under the age of 10 from working underground and introduced the first pit inspectors. But it remained a dangerous occupation and disasters were not uncommon. The modern mining industry was born in 1947 and every pit in the UK was nationalised under Clement Attlee's Labour government. In 1971, around 290,000 men were employed in the coal mining industry, working in 292 pits across the UK, down from the workforce of 700,000 as recently as 1955. Unfortunately, increasing competition from abroad, which meant it was often cheaper to import coal than dig it out the ground locally, and failing domestic demand meant that pit closures were on the rise. Poor industrial relations between the National Union of Miners Workers and the successive Labour and Conservative governments did not help matters. The miners' strike that happened between 1984 and 1985, also known as the Bitters Miner Strike, was a low point for the industry and it was a setback from which it never recovered. Arguments continue to this day over who was to blame and accusations of dirty tricks were made against both sides. While most of the pits were shutting down, several Scottish pits limped on, but were privatised when Margaret Thatcher's Tory government scrapped the National Coal Board in 1987. The last active deep mine in the country was in Fife, and it closed in March 2002 after its underground workings suffered serious flooding and its parent company was placed in receivership. Open cast coal mining continues in Scotland today, with around half of the UK's open cast mines found north of the border. Thanks for watching guys, and I hope everyone has a fantastic day.